Plenty of smiles beforehand, but the serious business is just around 12 minutes away. Well, futsal started in the 1930s in Uruguay by Juan Carlos Siriani. Only recognized by FIFA in 1989. So the sport as an international standing is only growing year on year. Introduced to Africa in the 90s and 2000s. Used primarily for youth development and talent identification, given the obvious technical skill set. This non-stop five-a-side skill fest could later produce in 11s, but now starting to take its own relevance. Morocco beating Egypt to hosting this first futsal AFCON for the women's national sides. But Egypt, one of those, of course, invited alongside with Angola, and the rest who are setting a precedent for now and in the future. Well, as the CAF theme tune rings out, Angola and Egypt head out onto court here at the Sal Moulay Abdallah from the capital of Morocco. Rabat hosting this festival of women's football. This match day 2 in our first contest, with plenty of action still to come throughout the day.
The team lineups for Angola. لو تشكيلة منتخب أنغولا. Captain of team عميدة المنتخب number 6 رقم 6 جويسي. Number 1
Joycey, Victor, star sure in front of goal with a couple in that 5-2 opening victory, which means they are very much on the cusp of the knockout phase.
Number 7 رقم 7 Number 8 رقم 8 لوردينا.
Only top spot in each of our 3 groups will qualify for the semi-finals, with the 4th place made up by the best second place side.
Number 20 رقم 13 جوديفا. Number 14 رقم 14 جونيسيا.
So victory here for Angola would set them on the path to the semi-finals. Certainly coach Rosario Nandino will be hopeful of that. Leading the Egyptian Pharaohs, Yana Efeiti, as they get their competition underway. Well, victory would keep them in the hunt. Angola, of course, with the advantage of having been out in action. Egypt will want to make sure they're fully prepared when the action gets underway.
Number 14 coach نادر محمد رشاد. Referee number 1 الحكم رقم 1 سعيد العود from Maroc.
With the flags flying for Egypt, Nader Mohamed Rashad going up against Rosario Nandino.
From South Africa. Referee number 4 الحكم رقم 4 Shilo Cedric from South Africa. Timekeeper.
So the officials will be in constant contact and keeping us abreast of what's going on. We'll be doing that too. But now the national anthems of Egypt and Angola.
National Anthem of Egypt. اللحظة مع النشيد الوطني لمصر.
The national anthems then passionately sung, and now the final preparations before this Matchday 2 clash gets underway. So Guinea look on after losing their first match, and that was to fabulous Angola performance led by the captain Joyce. 2 goals for her, Lordina and Jamila with the other 2 with an own goal, giving them a 5-2 victory. Now it is rolling subs, unlimited, so we will see the full squad utilised. Question for the coaches, in this case Rosario Nandino, is how much to keep his top 5 out on the park. So Said El Aoud of Morocco leading our team officials.
Celebrate Africa. You can choose. Tough for you. Celebrate Africa. Tough. You can choose if you start the play first half or second half. You can choose. Okay. You start the play second half. Okay. Good luck. Good luck.
The coin toss completed. Egypt will get us underway. Farah in goal. Desperate to try and keep a clean sheet. She was unable to do against Guinea. This fast-paced sport that makes it truly difficult. We'll wait to see how Egypt acclimatise to the competition, having yet to be in action. The goal is, of course, to be African champions, the first to do so, whoever is crowned at the end of this run. But the finalists will go to the 2025 World Cup in the Philippines, and that was a specific goal mentioned by Nadia Mohamed Rashad. So much at stake. Angola have the advantage, having won their opening match. Egypt desperate to make sure they're in the fight come their final match day. Of course, Angola, having played already, this is their final match of the group stage. So vital. And Angola put themselves in touching distance. A victory would qualify them for the semi-finals. A draw would leave it towards goal difference when Egypt face Guinea. The permutations pretty straightforward given this three-team groups. Egypt to get us underway against Angola. So the kickoff taken by Sharouk Ali, the number 9. And how will these two teams approach the affair? Angola, no avoiding defeat. We put them in touching distance to the semi-finals, although a draw would mean they'd have a nervous watch when the Pharaohs faced off against Guinea. So do they go all out for the win? That would qualify them for the semi-finals, top of Group B. Strong challenge on Joyce Victor, but the captain managing to clear her lines. Early touch for Captain Yara Afefi. Gets it back from Asma Mohammed. Just a chance for Egypt to get comfortable on the pitch and on the ball. Just knocking about, but Angola at the moment doing well in pressing the space. So as you see, futsal, 5 aside for outfield, and one goalkeeper is a lovely bit of skill. May open up the first opportunity. Drilled across, but it rolls into the hands of Naninya. So 2 20-minute halves with the clock stopping every time the ball is out of play. Unlimited rolling subs mean you can give it all and get some fresh legs back on. So Rosario Nandino says he certainly respects his opponent's experience in indoor sports. Called the preparation intense, structured and enriching. And it certainly paid off in their victory over Guinea. He faces up against Nadir Mohamed Rashad, whose ultimate goal is to take Egypt to the inaugural FIFA World Cup. The first objective for each nation. And then, of course, once that's achieved, you're in the final and fighting to be the first ever African champions of women's futsal. So all the kick-ins or balls back into play by the goalkeeper. They only have a 4-second limit. That's to keep things moving. No understandable why you'd want more than 4 seconds. Lung-bursting sport that we'll fight on for the ball, but eventually coming away with it, Jamila. Trying to take it in her stride. Isabel Dominguez Kingala, better known as Vidal Beo. And there's Yara. Spreads it to Mustafa. Bit of movement inside. Not sure if she felt she was blocked or just didn't get the ball she wanted. That's a nice little 1-2. Trying to make space for the shot, but Asma Mohammed blocked out of it. Well, it took just 32 seconds for Angola to take the lead against Guinea. It certainly wasn't a runaway victory until later on. This well-matched early few minutes of the contest, and Angola could be away here, a 2-on-1. The ball returned. It's on target. It's uncomfortable for the goalkeeper. Eleuteria Abede Pinto getting the return ball from Jamila Katombela. The most comfortable save for Farah Hassan. And in the end, the corner kick came to nothing. Yara, the pace setter for Egypt. So much of it is about matching your player. Understandably, looking for a woman marking. But that's given away cheaply as she tried to play in behind, and there is space now. Chance to finish. Big opportunity. Goes wide, Vidal Beo with space. But Farah Hassan came out diligently. We do have the corner, but now is there a bit of space and time for Egypt? Well, Joyce gets the agreement of the referee, no foul. And it's equally the same as Egypt. Recover the ball this time, surely. Hands up from Abade. But clear contact after a couple of meaty challenges. Were let go this one. Clear foul on Fatma Ibrahim. Fatma Ibrahim Mustafa back to her feet and hovering by the post. There's no offsides in futsal, so goal hanging is allowed. Standing over this is Sharouk Ali. And Mohamed Rashad hoping to see and take advantage. Yara lays it off. Strong save, a sore one. Filomena Agostino with the save. Well, Abadi, you can see the red card above Angola. She is off, but it doesn't reduce the, well, with Shia to a woman down. Allowed a replacement to come on in the form of Simbarita Ngoy, wearing number 11, and she's demanding the ball, but it was a tough pass to ask of Abadi. And that's fired out. Egypt with most of the possession. Angola looking for quick transitions and breaks. They've given that away after winning it, and then ran out and frustrated. That's Maus. Egypt keep it in and alive. That one runs behind. Now there's a bit of space to drive onto it. Simba with the strike. Too much elevation. Yaras. Just having come on. Pressure put on by Leonisia Jungo. Space for Simba. Sub. And that allows Lourdes Chitandula, known as Lourdinia, to come on. So little time on the ball. Got to be careful not to be caught out. Moving the ball about. Fired in with a bit of venom. Just losing out Nana Mohammed, but will be kick in with Mirna Delgani with the high pressure nickname of Messi. Egypt's number 8 leaving it there for a fire across. And sometimes the wayward shots can be the most dangerous. And you're looking for a second action. Here is Noura. The whistle goes, just 4 seconds to get it back in play. Here is Messi. Trying to see the coaches work through their squad. As Malak and Messi played around to look for a way out. Good pressure though on the ball. And Bedi looking for some added support in the press. That's given away. Good strength. Early ball into Abadi. Maybe a little too quick from Simba. Now Angola put the pressure on to win a put-in from Samara. ball fired in, but brave block, and then gets the break of the ball, but eventually Malak is stopped. Noura wins it back for Egypt. Well, applause from the Angola bench, working diligently off the ball. Now in between the Egyptian defence, but what a save. Farah Hassan to the rescue to deny Lourdes Lourdinia. Big chance for Angola of come and gone. Egypt with most of the possession without really creating a gilt-edged chance. Well, Simba getting plenty of information from Rosario Nandino. He described the team's mindset and spirit as electric, enthusiastic, and united. Strong traditions in handball and basketball in Angola. These disciplines seen as beneficial to futsal. But it's Egypt's goalkeeper and has kept the score blank. Battle for the ball. Egypt hoping and getting the free kick, to the frustration of Jamila. She felt she'd done nothing wrong, but Nada Mohammed getting the decision. So 3 ready to get back in the action. Sharouk Ali, Asma Mohammed, and Yara, the captain, readying to return. And just a call for Cam. Just about played the opening 10 minutes. And we're still goalless. Certainly see how well matched up these sides are. The two that were favourites before to battle for a semi-final spot. Of course, they could yet both make it, but of course, trying to be the best second-place side will be a much more stressful way of qualifying for the last 4. Nothing yet to cheer in terms of goals halfway through the first half. Difficult one there to control, but Asmazu did brilliantly, but that's won back wonderfully. Again, the goalkeeper comes up trumps. Farah Hassan has been terrific after her initial save showed a little bit of nerves. She has been fully focused. Angola clearly looking to sit in. They don't have to force the issue. the way that Nadia Mohamed Rashad's Pharaohs do. It's in those transitions they've looked so dangerous. As Yara fires aimlessly wide. Angola in possession. Not sure they were quite on the same wavelength though. But it's worked out nicely. Beautiful 1-2 and Angola lead through Jamila. No wonder they celebrate. Brilliant connection between her and Vidal Peu. And after the initial ball, backheeled, looked to be short. Angola burst into life. And this time, Farah Hassan had no chance of denying the Angolans the opening goal. Well, with Chia leading thanks to Jamila's second goal of the competition. And that, even with so much time to go, could prove to be a hammer blow for Egypt, as they've struggled to create chances and attack the goal of Filomena Agostino. They're known as Nenina. She's had precious little to do. Yara thought one from distance. Egypt have got to be braver in taking on and beating the women they're up against, because they've got to create that space to drag Angola out of position. Yara again, as they finally find the place to set up. Fired in from distance. First meaningful save for Nenina. And she made sure she got it out of the danger zone. Well, another of the goalkeepers to go gloveless. And certainly getting a helping hand from the goal scorer, Jamila, whose strike separates the sides. Another smart save this time. Nenina holds on to it. But better from the Pharaohs. Finding a way to get some efforts on goal. Now can they up the quality? But it's Angola who really look up and at it. Lovely combination with the final effort, smothered by Farah. Well, the goal off its line, so making sure that's in place. Obeu, who set up the opening goal for Jamila. With that effort there, she might have looked for a teammate. May have been discussing exact positional play as that rides all the way through, but no chance for Egypt. Firing goal quick off her line was Nenina. Already so much tension. With just under 8 minutes of this first half to go, a 20-minute second half will follow after a short break. But Egypt have the air of a team who don't want to be behind too long. Asmaouz trying her luck from distance. Egypt struggling to create clear-cut chances. Fired in again, but it's happily blocked off the boots of Lurdinha. Egypt just don't want to be too predictable. fired into the side of the net. So Angola with the goal lead. 2 cards above their name signifying the fouls they've made. Each team allowed 5 per half, and any subsequent foul after that will be punished with a 10-meter penalty. You can see the 3 spots outside of the goalkeeper's area. Otherwise, the 6-meter penalty for fouls inside that area or for denying a clear goal-scoring opportunity. At the moment, those 2 fouls have been worth making for Angola. And with just over 7 minutes remaining of the half, they still have some room to be punished. Farah not getting it cleanly, but smothering the loose ball quickly. Well, it's a very feisty technical area. Both benches full of stress and strain. It's only those on the blue pitch that can make the difference. Malak Gamal Eldin not getting her strike through, and it's Angola's put in. Having a little bit of confusion, but it will be Angola's put in from here. Abadi repositioned by her coach, Nandino. A foul given. And down went Mostafa. Did so well to block Beu's pass. That's a foul that really Angola didn't need to make. That's now their 3rd of this first half. Egypt yet to commit incursion. Now if there's a free kick for a foul, the next 2, there can still be an Angolan wall, whereas after the 5th, Egypt will face without any blockage to the goal of Naninya. Oh, they didn't like that. A little bit of a fighting challenge from Vidal Beu. Angola certainly not here to make friends, they're here to win. It was Yara who reacted, not overtly. It just emphasizes the tension on the court. Fired through. Oh, there was an opportunity for Meli Fatima to try and turn that in. Deflected away. Better pressure from the Pharaohs. Quick change as Esther Antonio heads off with the goal scorer Jamila back on. Complete miss kick from Nuama, and now a chance to get in behind. Oh, it's off the top of the bar. Malak Gamaladin fortunate to get away with her error that allowed Abadi in. Instead, it's in fact on top of the net. Tough one to get up and down that close to goal. That's the pressure Egypt are under. They're trying to get back level. But of course, when they lose the ball, it's the, well, with Shia, who then have the space to play with. Strong challenge. And look at the celebration from Beu. And certainly Rosario Nadino's side, fiercely competitive. So team objections, ambitions, step by step, with humility, ambition. Angola certainly showing their best side. That's bobbling around. Abadi again denied. Farah Hassan is keeping Egypt in this contest. What a challenge that is. Almost doing the splits, and now Angola with Abadi. Loses it behind her. Gets support from Jamila. She's blocked, and now can Egypt fashion an equaliser? The shot from Yana is a little bit awkward for Nanina, but she grasped before there was any real danger. What a challenge this is from Joyce, the captain. Stopping Yara as she tried to slalom towards the goal. Long ball lifted towards Abadi, trying to control it, but off the shin and out. Now she heads off. There's a chance for some changes, and the first timeout called. Each team has one 1-minute timeout per half. And no surprise, it's the Pharaohs to call theirs now, with just over 4.5 minutes left of this first half. I'm told they had to be off court. Nader Mohamed Rashad showing he wasn't too impressed. Now focusing on refocusing his Pharaohs. Well, he's had a chance as well to have a word with his charges. But clearly, Rosario Nandino, the happier of the two bosses. Nadir Mohamed Rashad looks for a response. And of course, Egypt have so much time to get back on level terms. Lovely bit of skill. Might open the door, but that's into the side netting. They wanted a corner, they're not going to get it. But while Egypt do have time on the clock, the major worry for them is just how the pattern of the game has gone. And at the moment, there feels more risk of Angola increasing their lead rather than losing it. Joyce was the double scorer in the opening match, the captain, in more solid, particular showing in that wonderful splits tackle. Dionysia lays it off to Jamila. Joyce clips it long. Brilliantly taken and linked up. Jamila! Fierce shot. Good positioning from Farah Hassan. Jurafat Tessera, number 13, having come on. Showing the strength and height that's allowing Angola to change their approach a little bit. They went long. Linked up brilliantly with Jamila for that opportunity. Simba looks like she's ready to come back on. There's another Egyptian effort is blocked. Asmaus wasn't happy about distance of the Angolan block. Number 10 comes up again, got a bit more height on it. no near closer to hitting the target. Camila Katombela playing it up. It wouldn't stick this time for Judafat. Fired into the feet of Malak. Asmaouz. Yara, the option right. That three-women press from the Welwitschtia is really blocking Egypt from doing something, and then it's given away. And now the space opens up for Angola. Lovely ball to Joyce. Well, she just didn't seem to anticipate how to finish that. And just when there was some areas to attack for Egypt, a loose ball from Asmaouz. Frustration for her. And Captain Yara, who couldn't keep it in. Lovely ball fired up to Judafat. On the spin, it's a wonderful tackle. This is where Egypt have to take advantage. Nice ball to Yara, decides to cut back in. Takes too long, surely. And Angola able to clear the danger without a shot incurred on goal. Farah Hassan thinking about her own rocket from afar. Elected against it. We've seen some goalkeepers very willing. That's a wonderful ball through. A sore one for Mustafa. I think Nanina got the ball cleanly, but the follow through meant there was contact. Wonderful ball slipped through by Asma Mohammed. Forceful goalkeeping from Nanina to save the day. There's a little step over. There's support in Dionysia, who sees Farah Hassan tip wide for a corner. Probably going wide, but Pharaoh's goalkeeper wasn't to know that. Camila Katombela tries to again link up with Judafat, unsuccessfully on this occasion. Just the one goal, but it's been a fantastic watch. A match that's very much simmering. We could have a very explosive second half as Messi heads on. Well, she believed it was out. Got to play to the whistle. Egypt helped out by their captain, who's then robbed herself. Angola don't have to force the issue. But is there a foul there? Well, Jamila Katombela will pick up even a yellow card, the first we've seen. The fourth foul is a yellow card for number 10, whose goal separates the sides. Rosario Nandino certainly want his side to be aggressive, but they're walking a tightrope. 4 fouls. They do have one more they can commit before they are punished in a more severe manner. None of the fouls have been particularly egregious, but it shows that Angola are playing on the line, but so far it's working for them, because 1 minute 18 and they lead by that solitary goal. I'm just trying to refocus Lourdinha because she was frustrated. Her teammate there to tell her to face the ball. Yara It's Messi to her right. Recycle. He's dropping back. Mostafa. Front three for Angola. Really making it difficult to play through this red wall. Final 40 seconds. Yara deflects out for an Egypt ball. Angola able to reset. Tough for Nadir Mohamed Rashad's side. But it is still only 1-0. And things can change very quickly in futsal. The break may be coming at a good time for Egypt. This, of course, their first match of this CAF Women's Futsal AFCON. Angola playing their second and final group stage match. Victory would see, well, with Shia qualify for the semi-finals out of Group B. As it stands, that's where they're going, unless Egypt can find a second half response, because this first 20-minute half is over. And it's Angola with a precious lead. They've sat in and frustrated Egypt. And it was Jamila on 11 minutes who found the breakthrough. So they well with Shia of Rosario Nandino. Delighted, but aware that we're only at halftime. Egypt go away looking for answers to the Angolan block. So halftime here on match day 2 of CAF Women's Futsal Africa Cup of Nations from Rabat in Morocco. It's Angola 1, Egypt 0. So not the goal fest we saw on match day 1, but that only shows the quality of the two sides facing off. Angola with the edge over Egypt. Match day 2 at the inaugural CAF Women's Futsal Africa Cup of Nations. Angola, after their opening day victory over Guinea, are back on court to face Egypt in the Pharaohs' first outing at this AFCON. And it was Angola who threatened early. Farah Hassan, excellent in between the sticks for the Pharaohs. Vidal Beu denied there, and then she won the ball to create the chance herself. Farah Hassan had read the danger and was quick out to the feet of the forward. But then a wonderful 1-2, and it opened up the scoring opportunity that Jamila Katombela was more than happy to gobble up. Superb link-up play between her and Vidal Beu. Farah Hassan finally beaten, and Angola then threatened again. Other options weren't taken as Vidal Beu went direct for goal. Egypt were struggling to create chances. Angola sitting in and then hitting on the break, and Abadi got it up but not quite down. In the end, on top of Farah Hassan's goal, Egypt finally with a chance. But Naninya with a comfortable enough save from the captain Yara. Yara again creating a bit of space. There wasn't enough of that for Egypt, but far too tight an angle to fire on target. As the half-time whistle went, Angola with a 1-0 advantage. Well, a real battle on Matchday 2. Angola with the edge. Can Egypt hit back? Join us for the second half.
Vamos, primeiro qual. Oh.
Well, welcome back ahead of the second half. Angola with the advantage. Can Egypt find a way back onto level terms? Still give themselves a chance of reaching the semi-finals. Very much Angola, who are on course for the last four. Egypt still have their match against Guinea to play. How this contest ends will determine how straightforward or complicated their own route to the semi-finals might be. In the here and now, Angola leading by a goal to nil. Jamila Katombela with her second of the competition. The buzzer sounds and Angola thought they got us back underway. But the whistle rather than the in-house buzzer where we need to be. So the second time of asking, Angola get us back underway. They had those 4 fouls, producing 1 yellow card in the first half. The foul count has been reset. That means the Welwestia, once again, will have a 5 foul limit. At the moment, the 4 cards above Angola's name can be ignored. Fired in, and Egypt with a great opportunity to level just 20 seconds into the second half. Fired across. And Captain Yana and Mustafa could not turn it home. Sign of intent from the Pharaohs. And a let off for Rosario Nandino's side. So a chance at the halftime break for Nadir Mohamed Rashad to reset. Focus of his side certainly getting frustrated. You can see already they'd had 3 along the back in the setup. This time looking for 2. Messi though down and out for the moment. Yara bumped and then in that coming together. Angola certainly fully committed. interested to see if that continues for Egypt. They did have 3 across the back, but Angola were just able to block them off. Whether we now see them go with a 2. Messi pulled out of play. Yara has to scuttle across. That's left there, and a wonderful effort just wide from Abadi. Opportunity came and she wasn't shy to try and take it. Just couldn't hit the target. So Messi and Yara now 2 furthest back. Trying to drop in was Mustafa, but Messi sitting back with the number 4, the furthest forward. Angola looking to break, but Messi strong in the challenge. Feisty affair. 2 sides fully committed. Now a chance to strike. Get a second opportunity. Nice keepy-uppies, but Mo's allowing Angolan players to block her effort with extra ease. Leaves it for the thumper. They feel there was a deflection. And real pressure from Egypt at the start of this second half. Mose and Yara trying to work on these set pieces. The moment Angola have defended them very well. Good block on Mustafa. And now quickly driving forward. Angola in on goal, off balance. And that was fortunate. Simba doing great work defensively and then on the offensive. So switch there. And on steps Malak quickly into play. She's waving forward her captain Yara, who tries to protect the ball. So against Vidal Beo, but Angola number 7 not allowing Egypt to progress. Yara runs into trouble, and here's Beo. Twisting and turning, but well, Wachia can be patient, and they find a bit of a gap there, just trying to lay it back into her path, Louradina. And it drifts to the far side for an Egyptian put-in. Malak. Yes, he switches it to Yara. He forces Malak back. And Angola happy to defend and press in their own half. Not making it easy for the Pharaohs to break through their lines. Joyce and Katumbela preparing to return to action. Fired through. The whistle, though, had already gone. Not before Nanina got a bit of a stinger on the hand. And the ball not on the line. The kind of oversight hurting Egypt more than the sprain for Naninya. They made a tough stuff. You have to be a futsal goalkeeper. Farah Hassan trying to inspire from the back. Egypt desperate to find a route to an equaliser. Angola with something precious to defend. Neat ball down the line, a real wrestling match, but Beu feels she was the one fouled. Messi not in agreement. Nima Abdelghani taking on a heavy-weighted nickname. Now the free kick taken. Angola have watched Egypt in possession for most of this opening, near 5 minutes. They're getting a chance to knock it around. Good press from Egypt. There seemed to be a total lack of communication. Ball nowhere near Abadi, who put up a hand to, it's a sign of apology. Easy possession at the back for Egypt, but it's not going to bring them what they need, as we see the mark against them for that free kick conceded by Messi, the first for Egypt in the contest, as we see Angola's 4 fouls from the first half wiped out. Second 20 minutes bringing a new 5-foul limit. Just a little bit short there, and that allows Smouse to let the ball run out. Otherwise it was initially great play from Noel with Shia. Malak looks like she's heading back on, ripping off the bib. But here is Yara, the captain, thought about a first-time shot and just couldn't keep the ball in. And Naninya continues to see her clean sheet intact. Rare miscontrol. Vidal Beu just letting it slip through her grasp. Messi. Smoos gets it back. Mustafa. Messi with a speculative effort. And an Angolan player, Jose, right in front of her. Lamina Soliman heading on, yellow boots and number 11. Hasn't had much court time yet. A real struggle against the ferocious Angolan defence, and that's brilliantly stolen back by Beu, and the fired shot at a good height for Farah Hassan. And Jamila Katombela letting fly. Needed to really go left or right. Now 2 players being called over. Isabel Dominguez Kiangala for Beu. Her with Mirna Abdelghani. Messi and Beu being told off. And now it's the number 7 who fires over, having just snuck ahead of Egypt's number 8. Warming up and preparing to jog on. Dionisia Jungo. They're desperate to beat the drum of Egypt in this match. The Pharaohs still trail at the 11th minute goal of Angola's number 10, Jamila Katombela. That one hit with fury. Egypt calling on a corner. Malak just frustrated. The effort didn't stay low. So set piece for the Pharaohs. Malak, whose strike earned it, lays it off. There's a foul from Asmaouz. Angola seeing the pressure taken off, but this was a thunderous effort. So 2 fouls now against Egypt, having not had one in the first half. Angola having tidied up their act without penalisation. Nearly 7 minutes of this second 20-minute period already played. Angola's goal and position in the group, already having beaten Guinea, means they're more than happy to sit in, press and harry Egypt, and look to hit them on the break. That effort won back by Narinya, and then it's a wonderful ball out to Beu. Holds it up in Angola. Patient as Jose plays it in. It's a wonderful turn. The finish, I would say the boot from Luradina just lacked a bit of conviction. Farah Hassan with the save. Angola just with that little bit more invention, a little more fluidity in the way they attack. Asmaouz not appreciating the contact with Dionysia. Official saying get on with it. Lovely bit of skill to create a bit of space, but the shot maybe not the best option for Jamila Katombela. Asmaouz. Malak takes again from Mustafa. Again struggling to really open up Angola. Maybe conscious that if they throw too many bodies forward, even more at risk. A second goal could feel disastrous for the Pharaohs. At some point, they're going to have to put further foot forwards and throw caution to the wind. Here come Angola. It's a poor ball, though, from Lourdinia. Now Amina. Drives through, but Jose managing to stretch out. Kind words, maybe not for Lourdinia. Ladinia quickly heading off. Dioncia Abadi. Tamira Katumbela. The captain Jose out there for Angola with the flag flying there. As the Shia look to be the first side into the semi-finals. That's where they're heading at the moment. Unless Egypt can find a response, so they're not far away. Thumping drive. Asmaouz does seem to be heating up. She's getting closer. Jose, poor ball. Malak gets a good toe on it, but then it's given away by Yara. Really good from. Oh, that's one back, and Malak just has to clear. Nurhan Syed Suleiman looks to be heading on soon. Will she come on with the scores level? Yara, but there's still Jose to beat. Does that, but it's a simple take for Nanina. Angola relatively comfortable in this lead. But danger if Egypt can find a much higher quality. Mustafa Tegara. We need to move the four of Angola. And then it's a case of trying to beat Nanina in the it's Shia goal. Asmaouz. Here's Yara. Angola on the whole have been better in the one-on-one battles. Jose on the move as changes afoot. Simba joining Judifat as well. That's a really good touch from Judifat back on the pitch. Was she taken out? Certainly Egypt have been more aggressive in this second period. Noura playing it innocent. But a free kick it is. Simba standing over it. It's a third foul for Egypt. Just under 9 minutes remaining. Judifat again lays it off for Abadi. Runs out of court. So Egypt with just 2 fouls allowed before 10-meter penalty punishments. That would come with every subsequent foul past 5. It's a reverse from the first half. The only difference, the most important one, Angola and a 1-goal lead, which they have retained. Said Egypt did have a long time to go. That is starting to change. But now, a big moment, and fired in. Asmaouz with the Pharaohs' first big opportunity in front of goal. I said that her left boot was heating up. It was on fire as she beat Nanina. All ends up in the blink of an eye. The first time Angola have lost out and seen Egypt in on goal. The break of the ball favouring the Pharaohs' number 10. And she was clinical. In off the post. It's 1-1. Well, that's what it means And all the frustration that's built up over the match wiped away. How will Angola respond? A draw would leave them in a precarious position. They would remain top of the group. But of course, it would then come down to goal difference when Egypt face Guinea. And they would have to better Angola's 3-goal win. 5-2 victory on their opening match. So will the well-wisher throw caution to the wind as the match clock runs down? An attempt to try and win and take their place in the semi-finals. That will probably be the main point of discussion now for Rosario Nandino, as Angola calling their timeout. Each side with a 1-minute timeout available to them in each half.
Gira para aqui, posiciona aqui assim, aqui, isso aqui é uns 10 metros, já? Posiciona aqui, posiciona muito por trás, para se conseguires finalizar o primeiro toque, se conseguires ainda os toques no gol. Depois às vezes você vai estar aqui posicionado para o teu passe, certo? Frieza, tá?
Very calm and collected, Rosario Nandino. Quietly and efficiently getting his message across. Realistically, this is the first time Angola in the competition have been under serious pressure. But what could be an interesting factor now, the foul was given against Messi. It's Egypt's 4th. They only have one more they can afford before this set-piece position would be from 10 metres and without a wall. All left. And now Tebeo. Not worked particularly efficiently, allowing the Pharaohs to snapping. Aninia with the ball out, but it's just drifted out. Egypt now will hope momentum is switched to them. And they certainly are beating the drum. They know a victory would put them in pole position for the semi-finals, and given how close this contest would be, they would very much bet on themselves against Guinea. And themselves may yet have something to say in how the 3-team Group B eventually ends up. Yara. That's loose, and you can see the frustration. Fatma Ibrahim screaming at herself for letting that ball drift out. Yara, good pressure on Jamila Katombela. And we are set up for a real intense battle in this final 7 minutes 15. Previously, it's been that, but Angola had the security of being able to sit deep and try and break. Now it's all square. The goal scorer for Egypt going for a thumper again, but Asmaouz straight off Katombela. Lining up again. Messi an option though on the far side, and they've gone for her. But it's almost a problem that she had to take a touch. A first-time effort might have been better. Angola in here. Could it be 2? It is, and what a response. It's at the double. Jamila Katombela. Her 3rd goal of this first ever CAF Women's Futsal AFCON. And Egypt, having worked so hard to level things up, have slipped back behind. Rapid attack. And the counter finished with aplomb. Katombela. Is she to be the match winner for Angola? Well, you work so hard to get back on level terms. Nearly 20 minutes of futsal, and then it just takes 60 seconds to fall back behind. So corner kick, Egypt look to hit back straight away. Messi plays it back to Asmus. That's blocked, and now a 2-on-1 for Angola. The firing shot might have wanted to slip it to Jamila Katombela, but Beu went herself. Comfortable enough save for Farah Hassan. Asmaouz looks the most likely for Egypt. They're desperate to get her in front of goal, especially closer. The one time she did, she got Egypt's first ever Futsal AFCON goal. Working hard for the team, but now 6 minutes remain on the clock. The Pharaohs allowed just one more foul. Angola with a 2-1 lead without a foul in this half. Firing shots, tipped away. That's what they want, and maybe coming in off that right side could be a solution for Nadir Mohamed Rashad's side. Asmaouz certainly finding the target, but also finding the hands of Naninha. Well, it's a tough job. I'm looking for solutions. That well read and cleared by Jose. Messi places and lays it to Yara. Trying to spin away. Asmaouz came back off her last. Beu. Well, that's slack from Angola. They are able to set up defensively. Yara places it. Who else but the left foot of Asmaouz. He's asking a lot from this distance. Nina certainly will back herself against most efforts. Furious from Farah Hassan. She's been excellent in goal and yet still conceded two. Beu tried to leave it and move, but the problem was the post had moved. Rosario Landino will be so proud of how his side have responded to Egypt equalising as Beu makes a nuisance of herself. And now maybe in on goal. Hassan with a vital save. And then quickly out to Asmaouz. Angola getting back, but Farah Hassan with a vital stop to deny Beu after a well-worked opportunity for Angola. In his head, he needs to be smart with 5 minutes 9 remaining on the clock. Messi up into orbit. Long throw. Well read by Messi, but can only clear out, and Angola get up the pitch. Back in play by Jamila Katombela. Angola trying to take a bit of the sting out of the match. Unlikely that it was necessary for Nanina to look so long. She wasn't under pressure. Angola maybe could have a little bit more composure on the ball in those situations. Messi. Yara. Messi goes from distance. Nanina had a good long look at it. Wanted to take no chances. Now the stress and strain for the Pharaohs. Nadir Mohamed Rashad hoping for a bit of magic. Oh, it could have come from a deflection. Asmaouz striking it off Beu. But the loose ball not running for the Pharaohs, but they do have this put in. Yara. Asmaouz can get another opportunity. It seems most likely to be the setup we've seen throughout the match. This time they try and change it, but it doesn't reach Yara. And now Angola away. It was just played a little awkwardly between Beu and Katombela. Angola's number 10 managed to keep it in and then caught by Messi. It'll just be a put-in. Angola with possession. Can they run the clock down a bit? Instead, they've created a bit of trouble for themselves. Well, was there a tug on Messi? Angola think there was a handball. Rosario Nadino's side creating stress and strain where there was a need for it, and that shows how stressful these final 4 minutes are going to be. Decision making key, and doing so under the most ferocious pressure. That's given away cheaply by Yara. Angola could be in here. Beu cuts back in, and she should have finished it. She had a baddie with her, but she'd created the space herself by cutting back inside, but just squeezing it past the post. Abadi still furious, and she would have had a tap in had she been fed by Beu. That would have surely been a match clincher. And now it will be Egypt's timeout. Just when Noel with Shia could have gone 3-1 up. The Pharaohs delighted. It's remained 2-1, but they need to at least come away with a draw. Minutes timeout. 3:38 remains on the clock.
تركيز يا اخوانا لسه في وقت احسن
هم قصير هيتلمع ماشي. انا عايز هنا اللي يروح موسع هنا برضو يجي هنا. يا فاطمه لو يارا معاها الكوره وسعي لها ما تجيلهاش على نفس الخط. بنفس الكلام الناحيه الثانيه ماشي. نفتح الملعب عليهم كده يارا نلم اتنين علينا ونحمل الكوره على الملعب على اسماء تروح عادله وشايطه وانت نفس الكلام.
Well, coach running through what he wants. Nadir Mohamed Rashad looked to be wanting to push numbers forward. They're going to have to throw caution to the wind. Goal difference could yet be a factor. At the moment, risking it for at least a point would be well worth it going into their final game with Guinea, knowing Angola will not play again. Fired in by Messi. They think there was a handball. Officials don't agree. Nanina Taking an easy touch, Jose. Inches long. Is this going to be the pattern of play for the final few minutes? Messi to Yara. And now you can see certainly the two back and with the two further forward. Yara's got to be careful. Stands up strong. But then it's a poor ball to try and find Messi on the move. Jose punches long, almost ran kindly for Ludinia. Couldn't trap the ball inside the final 3 minutes. Yara exchanges with Asmaouz. Fires it down the line. He'll have the put in after Mustafa was blocked. Well, fired in, but there was space for Messi if Yara had looked up. It's a wasteful effort, really. Asmaouz, Messi. Egypt running out of time. Yara takes a chance, but works it nicely, but then she fires it off Asmaouz. And now Abadi links with Bayo. She goes for goal. Well, she screamed at Bayo for not putting her in. There's a chance there to work it a bit more. Angola with this 2-1 lead to protect. Asmaouz. No touch from a well-Wichita player. 1:58, the clock stops at. Egyptian technical area, stress-filled, as we're now really at crunch o'clock. Brilliantly left for the onrushing Jamila Katumbela. She tried to find the route to her hat-trick. Just wide. Ball dropped to the feet of Yara. Asmaouz gives it away cheaply. Bayo through a goal. It's all over. 3-1. And it's heartbreak for the Pharaohs. Their error punished. It's thumbs up from Rosario Nadino, because his Welwich-Tia are heading for the semi-finals. Well, she missed a gilt-edged chance before. She wasn't going to cough this one up. And she has fired Angola into the semi-finals. Bayo with her first goal of this Futsal AFCON. And a vital clincher to add to the double of Jamila Katumbela. Dina certainly had her shirt pulled, but it kept going before losing the ball. And it's Egypt who have lost control of this match from the point in which they finally cancelled out. Captain Bella's opener. And that just represents the pain and frustration for Egypt. Yara playing it directly out. 1 minute, 5 seconds remaining. And Angola look to add to their advantage. Strong challenge from Asmaouz. It comes off. Angolan player last. And that goal just ending any hopes for Egypt. A draw would have kept them in the hunt for top spot. It would have come down to goal difference when they faced off against Guinea. Instead, they're going to face Guinea, trying to be one of the best second-place teams. This Angola's final group stage match, but with 2 victories, they have earned themselves a place in the final 4, and now they're just a match away from the inaugural 2025 FIFA Women's Futsal World Cup in the Philippines at the end of the year. Asmaouz again with a wicked effort. Nina and Jose eventually doing enough to scramble it away for a corner. They're already getting the celebrations underway. Ball played across, but that flies out on the far side. Deflection means it's Egypt's ball. Painful final 14 seconds for the Pharaohs. Messi still pushing despite knowing their ultimate fate in this match. Yara. It's not been her or the Pharaohs' day. And with just a second remaining, the Angolan bench are on their feet. Once this is put back in play, the final result is confirmed. Angola, with a 100% record in Group B, have qualified for the semi-finals. Jamila with a double. Asmaouz at Egypt level for all of 60 seconds. And then Beu, in the 39th minute, finished the match as a contest. There are tears for Egypt in their AFCON debut. There's equally tears of joy for Angola. Egypt now have a fight on their hands to remain in the competition. There's plenty of love for the squad of the Welwitschia. Angola, the first side to qualify for the CAF Women's Futsal AFCON semi-finals. Well, it was the men's team that went all the way to the final last year here at the Sal Moulay Abdellah in Rabat. But they ran into the hosts, Morocco, who won their 3rd straight futsal men's AFCON title. Can the Angolan women's side provide some belated revenge? And the question for Egypt is, what will they need against Guinea to try and join them? And of course, Guinea themselves on 0 points will want to bring further pain to the Pharaohs. It certainly could be complicated permutations for